yeah, pretty simple. The smaller you are as an artist, the more you have to release to just get more attention. Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. It's an amazing, beautiful Monday. Not morning anymore, took already care of a bit of business stuff. On my way now to another studio. Look at this, I got again this nice all-electric BMW. Are you ready for the engine sound? That's it. That's really all this car makes. There's no noise. Except for the parking distance kind of thing. I'm still so extremely amazed by how silent this car actually is. It just feels a little unreal. All you hear are just the other cars. This car is crazy fast. Whenever you hit the gas, it's just zoom. No sound, but really, really fast. Just arrived in Justus' studio. It's really nice, as you know. But Justus is interested in flying the drone. And you know me, I can't refuse. I take every opportunity to fly this thing. Fascinating, right?
Yeah, yes.
Maybe the next piece of equipment instead of music gear.
yeah, it could be.
Oh, this little thing is so much fun. Let's actually get to making some music.
Head underwater, with my eyes wide open, hazy-eyed from dreaming.
I'm all done making music with Justus. It's now already past 5. I used my 15 minutes of break from work to just walk here through the park. A little bit of drone shooting, collecting footage for the music video. And now just heading back home, taking care of more business stuff. Doesn't make a lot of sense to head to the studio for just 2 or 3 hours. And then the next edition of questions and answers. Change of plans. I headed to the studio. I just couldn't go home and just do business stuff. Took care of all of the business stuff. Also worked a little bit on music. I will use my new track that was called Stay Forever. I then changed the name to We Walk Alone. I'm still not sure if this will be the final name of the song, because now I requested Gavin, the singer and songwriter, to re-record the chorus part. It didn't fit anymore to what I now kind of made in the past 2 or 3 hours. So I sent it to him and asked him to sing again something either entirely different or at least like match the vibe and the energy level. But we will still do the Q&A because it's already quite late now. Just here for maybe like 15 more minutes and then I really have to get back home, get some dinner, get some sleep, and tomorrow back to the normal schedule. No more business stuff for the rest of the week except for the Amsterdam Dance event coming up on Thursday and Friday. Those are the 2 days I'm there. For you it's then Friday and Saturday. As you know, the vlogs are delayed by 1 day, of course. I got so many questions on Instagram that it kind of froze. I can't access the questions somehow. Let me try and restart it. No, not really working. I will try to answer some of them later personal if it starts working again. So let's just go to Snapchat and go through the questions. As you know, I do the Q&As always on Snapchat and Instagram stories. What did you feel when Dawning became a hit? I mean, yes, that's nice, but it's not a hit. It has now 3 million plays in a year and a half. That's definitely not a hit. It's my biggest track from the numbers. I don't really have the feeling it's a hit. I mean, there's like way more room to improve. Whenever I have a hit, I will let you know how I feel. Probably awesome. That's like what every music producer, every musician tries to accomplish, achieve. And the second part of his question is how I deal with haters. Yeah, pretty much just trying to ignore them. The haters or just hating because they want to hate, yeah, just ignore them. If there's some truth in it, I will try and explain it, because sometimes people just misunderstand me. Sometimes I'm making a joke and people take it literally, and then I just tried to tell them it was a joke. Would you ever think about making templates and projects of your songs and selling them, or as an incentive for your Patreon? That's actually a good idea. Why not? Let's actually start it. My Patreon page is in the description down below. I will make a new reward where you can download all of the parts of my All About track. like all of the single tracks. You can remix it, but please don't make it public. Don't make it a free download. It's not a remix contest. It's just for you to listen to the separate tracks and learn a little from it. And I think within the next week, I will provide you with one of my projects, maybe even dawning, just the entire Logic file so you can open it up, play around with it. And for the ones that don't have Logic, again, just the audio bits. What is your second name? It's actually Ephraim. Jonathan Ephraim. And then there are a couple more names. I don't want to talk about that. What was your childhood like? My childhood was actually pretty awesome because both of my parents are artists, so both of them self-employed, so they could, whenever it was needed, take time for me. And I did a lot of hiking, bicycle in the woods, kind of savage children life. Can't really complain at all about my early childhood. The second I went to school, I started like hating it. Like elementary school, I hated it. Almost everything about it, especially my teacher, because in elementary school in Germany, you just have one teacher and she didn't like me at all. So I had 4 years struggle. And I have to admit, I wasn't the easiest kid. And then like the higher school, which is called in Germany Gymnasium, it's pretty much like high school, was actually fun. I was still a kid that didn't behave, and in the later stages I didn't go a whole lot to school, just spent my time making music. But I had a lot of fun with the people. With the teachers, still not really. Some of them were really cool and liked me. Some of them the absolute opposite. So I don't know. People either liked me or hated me. If you don't feel comfortable answering that, then it's okay. No, it's totally fine. I don't really care. I just don't know if it's really interesting for everyone. Most of the people watching want to know something about music, so let's continue. Should I wait longer in between posting tracks, or should I post them as much as possible? If you're a producer just starting out, try to aim for at least 6 tracks per year. Don't do less than that. That's like just like not releasing at all. If you can make it 12 and you still have the power to promote it and you still find good labels that help you with the promotion, that's also fine. But if it's too much and you can't even get the most out of every single release, take something in between, so 6 to 12 tracks, especially if you make more club influenced tracks. That shouldn't be a problem, because at the beginning you just have to output a lot of stuff. The higher the chance that people will actually find your name, like your music, and then they listen to your music for a month, and then the next one comes and they see that you improve, so they will follow you, they will become a fan, support you. And the more known you are as an artist, the less songs you can make, or actually the less songs you have to make, because the promotion is way bigger. So for example, if Robin Schulz makes a track, they need like 2 months just to promote it, because they're doing it worldwide with a lot of people. There's a video involved and all these kind of things, like press releases, interviews, shows, concerts. So yeah, pretty simple. The smaller you are as an artist, the more you have to release to just get more attention. Sometimes, but really just sometimes, quantity at the beginning is better than quality. I know this should actually never ever be the case, but if you make one really good track once per year, people will forget about you no matter how good the track was, except if you made a hit. But even if you make a hit, waiting 1 year for the next hit is impossible nowadays. You have to deliver within 2 or 3 months the next hit, or at least something that is close to your hit release. Otherwise you're just gone. Music is just brutal nowadays. It's so fast paced. If I take some song snippets and samples, is it legal to make an original with them? The easy answer would be just no, don't do it. You might get in trouble. It's like if you take like just a hit, just a kick hit or a head kick, there is no way someone could really prove that you sampled it. But if you take something where other people, especially the people that made the original, can hear that you got it from them, they could sue you. Or if they have a good day and they're nice, they will get in touch with you and just ask for a share for using their sample. If you don't agree, then they will sue you. That's kind of what happened with my Sinnerman edit. It's an edit of Nina Simone's Sinnerman, an old track, I think from the 60s, 70s. And I sampled a lot. I made an edit out of it. I never officially released it on Spotify, just on SoundCloud. It went a little bit viral. It had like 200,000 plays within the first year. And then Universal, the guys who have the rights for the song, they got in touch with me and they offered me 2% up to 2,000 euros. If the track makes more than that, I get nothing. And yeah, that was it. I could say yes to this very shitty deal or just get sued and take the track down. So I, of course, just signed it. That's just the way it goes if you take someone else's samples and get caught. So be careful with it. I would just go with samples that are free to use. There are a lot of sample packs available, a lot of websites where you can download samples. And there are, of course, also the sounds and sample packs that I provide to you and also other artists of my AXSENS label. The link is in the description. I think we got now 6 packs that you can download for free and you can use anything in there for your songs, no problem. What is the best movie you have ever seen? I'm an absolute movie nerd, and I think if I had to pick one, I would now just go with Matrix. But just the first one, second and third are shit. And I haven't seen it in a long while, so I don't know if it's still holding up. But back then, when it was fresh and new, it was just amazing. The facts, the story, the science fiction kind of part, I just really loved it. Okay, last question for today. Hey John, are you always creative? Yes. Or do you have some times where nothing is happening? No. And you can't create anything. No, I don't have that problem. I don't know why, but whenever I don't feel creative, I just do things and then immediately start being creative. So whenever you don't feel really inspired or creative, just sit in front of your computer and start making something. Force yourself to make something. And usually, at least for myself, within 5 minutes, it's just flowing. And I usually have too many ideas. For me, the big problem is to narrow those ideas down, not to make a song that actually sounds like 5 songs. And also pick the right one of those ideas. So that's where I spend a lot of time thinking about what's actually good and what's not, and into which direction to go. But I usually don't have days where I'm absolutely not creative. I don't know, maybe I'm lucky. I got the genes of my parents, both artists, so maybe that helps. I don't know. But yeah, the only tip that I always have if you're not feeling creative, just, I don't know, watch a YouTube video, a tutorial, watch someone else making music. Usually that will get you inspired. Watch a video about a new technique that will just make you try that technique, because usually like not being creative is about not having the drive to actually start, just being lazy. And if you start, it usually flows. Now time to head back home. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I hope you enjoyed today's Q&A. I will try to make a Q&A once per week if I have the time to. Tomorrow back to the studio, the usual, making music and sharing my music making process with you. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe. There's a lot of information in the description. Just check it out. All of my equipment, my sign-up thing, my label, demo submissions, feedback submissions, and all these kind of things. We will see us tomorrow again. Thanks for watching. Sign out.
Nothing is what it seems.
What's your favorite cologne? The natural one? No, I don't know. I have a bunch of them, but I actually never bought my own cologne. It's usually presents, especially my mom. Whenever she flies somewhere, she brings cologne with her, so I just use whatever is available. I don't know.